Everyone's doing good this morning, this afternoon, depending on where you're coming from. We got a lot we want to talk about. We want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein's brother. We want to talk about that Diddy case and trial. We want to talk about a lot of different things, guys. A lot of different things. But smash that like and subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, good morning. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone out there is doing good. We're going to be talking a lot today about that Epstein thing, as always. We're going to be talking about that Diddy case, that Maxwell situation. We're going to be talking about a little bit of everything. But let me know who's watching. Drop that like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. What city, what state. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome into the channel. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know where you guys are coming from. What city, what state. We got some new content dropping probably today. I really need to release this video. Really need to release this video. So hopefully we can make it work today. Why not? We'll crack another energy drink. How's everyone's Sunday going? Mine is going good, but I want to talk about Epstein's brother. Why is he accusing other people of crimes and such why is he insinuating other people have committed crimes and such when you're literally Epstein's brother? You're literally Epstein's brother. And you're trying to insinuate that people like our president are criminals. And you admit that you hung out with Epstein quite frequently, but you also try to distance yourself from him. I don't understand it. It's like, make up your mind, Mr. Mark Epstein. To be honest with you guys, I didn't even know Epstein had a brother until recently. But I've been listening to some of his interviews. He definitely has like that New York City Jewish kind of guy accent. For sure. I wonder what Mark Epstein even does for a living, because it sounds like he needs publicity. It sounds like Mark Epstein needs publicity. But if you're in the channel, hit that like button, subscribe. We just went live. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. We had some great guests on the show yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. We had a couple people. We had a Democrat from Boston, Massachusetts. We had a lawyer that was also from Massachusetts that was more Democrat leaning, but at the same time, he could admit that Sleepy Joe was quite sleepy. Trump 2028, hell yeah. Smash that like button. Subscribe. We got a lot to talk about. Listen, I personally think Trump is innocent. I personally think Trump is innocent, but there's a lot of damning evidence out there, and also it's not looking good because he hired a convicted offender. A convicted offender, that's who Trump hired. Double tap the screen, guys. Let's get some likes. I know you guys don't hate me that badly. Let me know what city, what state you guys are coming from too, but double tap the screen, guys. Trump might be in those files because he was with Epstein a couple times at Mar-a-Lago, but that doesn't mean he's instantly guilty. That does not mean he's instantly guilty of any PDF activity. Double tap the screen, guys. Double tap the screen. Ethiopia? That's where you're coming from? Yes. There's stuff that Trump could do that could make me drop his support. What kind of question is that? That goes for anybody. Trump is not my God. I'm a Christian. I believe in the God above us. He's not pardoning Maxwell. He's not pardoning Diddy. He's not pardoning Maxwell. Can we get some facts straight here or what? No pardons. No pardons, guys. No pardons. You guys do realize Trump isn't the one that's going to the prison talking to Maxwell, right? Trump isn't at the prison actively going there talking with Maxwell. He hired someone to do that. Not even hired someone. It's just their job. Hit that like button, though, guys. We got 163 people in here. Biden will not even run in 2028. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Let's talk about Biden's brother a little bit, because yesterday they were all screaming in my chat. This crazy woman, I think her name is Kathy. Yeah, her name is Kathy. She's pretty crazy. She always types in all caps. She has like a crazy like profile picture that looks like an older woman that just screams at the TV all day at CNN. And if you're an older woman and you scream at CNN all day on the TV, that's not too good for your mental health. But she also like is typing in all caps, has full-blown Trump derangement syndrome. She said, "Look on CNN, look on CNN, look on CNN." Epstein's brother is on there testifying against Trump. First off, I looked on CNN this morning, and there's no interview that was from yesterday or the day before. There was something from 11 days ago. And what Epstein's brother said is not very convincing or condemning. If anything, Epstein's brother should probably be investigated, because no one's ever accused him of crimes against children, but he's literally Epstein's brother, and they hung out all the time. But he wants to say Trump is guilty when Trump and Epstein hung out less than him and his brother did. So maybe this guy should be investigated with his logic. Just saying. This is not Prime, by the way. Prime is disgusting. This is a real energy drink. But double tap that screen, like, subscribe. Let's go inside for a second. It is getting a bit hot. It is getting a bit hot. This is not Prime, guys. This does look like Prime. Everyone calm down. It's not Prime. It's an energy drink. Release those files. Let me know where you guys are coming from. What city? What state? Prime is disgusting. Like I said previously, Prime is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Who pays for the tariff? Uneducated third grader. Brother, I know who pays for the tariff. The consumer that buys the Chinese goods. You Democrats that shop on Alibaba. You pay the tariff for your Alibaba goods. It's okay. Your Harris t-shirts just went from $2.99 to $4.99. You guys will be able to afford it. Maybe you can get some more welfare so you can have $2 extra for your Harris shirt. I just agreed with you. I said anyone buying the Chinese goods, the Harris t-shirts from China, pay it. It's not a tax, it's a tax on the people that buy stupid shit from China. A tax is something that you're forced to pay. You're not forced to pay this. Well, actually, that's not right, because we got sales tax. But Tariffs are doing amazing for the country. If tariffs are so bad, why did they bring in $7 trillion into the country? 7 trillion. They brought in more than 7 trillion, and that's not even from the cost of the tariffs. That's from the countries investing directly into the United States after Trump negotiates amazing business deals with them after he put the tariffs on them. The only people that are getting taxed are the people that refuse to buy American-made goods. It's doing amazing for the economy. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you for the big, beautiful bill. The big, beautiful bill is fantastic. Thank you, President Trump. You're doing an amazing job. Spectacular, Mr. Trump. The entire market is up. The stock market is way up. Everything is up, 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 up. Fantastic job, Trump. You've brought in over $7 trillion back into the U.S. economy. Look at the NASDAQ. This was on Friday, the last day the stock market was open. Yeah, look at that, guys. 6%. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Every single month, more and more jobs created. Do you know how the stock market works? Apparently not. Apparently, Mr. Trump is doing an amazing job. Look at that. Look at that. NASDAQ. NASDAQ. Hit that like, subscribe button. Double tap that screen. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything you want me to discuss, drop some super chats. They all will be read out loud. The tariffs are doing amazing. If you don't like tariffs, buy local goods. No one is forcing you to buy goods from China. And by the way, for all the idiots out there, the tariffs haven't even actually changed the prices of anything. CNN said this themselves. The tariffs take 3, 4, 5, 6 months to hit. CNN said you're not even going to feel the effects of tariffs until 3 or 4 or 5 months. That's your favorite news. CNN. Dunning-Kruger is hard at work. I have no clue who that is. No clue. I'm not 60 years old. I don't know who that is. The tariffs take months for majority of products, but it is true, a lot of companies that are greedy, like Walmart, is complete scumbags. They hate President Trump, so they're raising the prices way above any effects that the tariffs will ever do. Way above it. The stock market is up way above than when President Trump started. When he started, it was much lower. Now we're over 6%. Yeah, the stock market went down 1% in one day. So what? Big whoop. Sometimes the stock market goes down 5%. Sometimes it goes down 10%. Sometimes it goes down 30%. Now, if it went down 30% in a day, yeah, that's a stock market crash. But when it goes down 1%, you Democrats cry, say, stock market crash, stock market crash. You Democrats don't own any stocks. Why are you crying so loud? Why are you crying so loud? The stock market is up this year. Why are you crying so loud? Trump isn't perfect. He does a lot of things that are, a lot of his policies and bills and stuff like that aren't perfect. But the majority of the stuff he's doing for the economy is working. Like him or not, the economy is doing amazing. We have had so many more jobs added. First off, the jobs are wrong. Either way, the Democrats are literally agreeing that we had a lot of jobs added. If Trump was doing so badly, we would be losing jobs. Guess what? In the COVID epidemic, we lost jobs. The jobs were amazing. I have a whole video discussing the job reports. Please go check out that video. Go check out that video if you want the full explanation. Or if you want me to explain the job report, you can drop a super chat, but it doesn't really matter. Lots of jobs were added. We're not losing jobs. No kind of reports say that. 0 reports say that we're losing jobs. 0. And the Democrats, for the majority, all agree. The economy is doing fantastic. The average American is getting more and more opportunities for jobs. The stock market is doing amazing. The overall economy is doing amazing. This is not rage bait. This is just facts. This is just facts. No, jobs added means jobs added. The Democrats can't even read. They can't listen. They don't own any stocks. And they get welfare checks. That's why a lot of them can't even afford a super chat to ask me any questions. Red math doesn't add up. You have TDS. I think you have TDS. Do you not see this number right here for the stock market? Do you own any stocks? Anyone that owns any kind of assets is making money. You own stocks, you're making money. You own crypto, you're making money. Everyone is making money. The only one that's not making money is the people crying over Trump. Trump told you to buy in the market when it was an actual stock market crash. He said, guys, I just put the tariffs. Buy in the market, the American people, everyone. Even if you only have a little bit of money, buy in the stock market. You can make a lot of money. If you would have listened to President Trump, you would have made 30% on your money. That means if you invested only $100, you would have received $130 total dollars. $30 you could have made. You could have been making money left and right. Left and right. But you decided not to listen to President Trump. You decided to ignore him. Put all PDF files in the wood chipper. I'm with you all the way, brother. All the way. I'm a Canadian. I even invested and made easy money. Exactly. You still have the opportunities to make money like this under President Trump. You can get that 30% gain like I talked about. You can get that 30% gain. Now, this is a 6% gain. This is the NASDAQ. But if you invested when the market was at its lowest, that's not what market manipulation is. The president can tell American people, he can tell foreign countries to buy into the market. Every president controls the stock market. You like it or not. The reason that the last stock market under President Joe Biden was so sluggish and slow was because he was so slow to pass any bills or laws or anything at all to help America. President Joe Biden only did one or two good things, and that's really it. Mr. Trump has done countless things in his first 6 months. Countless. Market manipulation, that is not market manipulation. The President of the United States controls economic policy. How goofy do you have to be to say it's market manipulation? Every president directly affects the stock market. Does that mean every president is manipulating the market? What kind of logic is that? What kind of logic is that? President Joe Biden controlled where the market went. Barack Obama controlled where the market went. Bush controlled where the market went. It's because they have direct power over foreign and local policy. What kind of logic is that? That's market manipulation. And plus, if it was market manipulation, wouldn't it be some kind of secret? Just so, like the Democrats always say, oh, Trump just wants him and his buddies rich. He told all of you guys, live on television, live on Twitter, live on Truth, he said, invest in the market now. You'll make a lot of money. What did the Democrats do? Instantly just started crying, saying, my 401k, it'll never recover. Literally, months later, the stock market is booming. The entire market is up more than 35% from the bottom of when the first tariffs were initiated. Trump told you to buy. And the reason you say it's market manipulation is because you're mad you didn't listen to President Trump. You just whined and cried. You could have been rich. You could have made money. Instead, you just cried and whined. That's exactly why people that move quickly, take action quickly, make all the money. And the people that cry and whine and complain about presidents and say, oh, it's President Trump's fault that I'm poor and I don't work hard. That's exactly why those people will never succeed. And the people, even if you don't like President Trump, a lot of people were smart enough to realize that this was a stock market dip. Now, this was a micro stock market crash. You could have bought the same week he announced the tariffs in April, and you could have made a fortune when Trump told you to. You could have made a fortune. This wasn't a secret. This was all over television. Everyone knew this. We got people from Canada that bought the stock market. We got people from all over the world that invested in the United States when they saw this opportunity. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to have a degree in finance. All you have to do is look at the stock market and have some common sense. Common sense. All you had to do is look at the overall economy and the 500 biggest companies, and that's it. It's that simple. And guess what? There's still another opportunity. Trump is once again telling you to invest in the market because in 5 or 6 months, the economy will be booming. The stock market, the entire economy, you're going to see the biggest growth in probably about 6 months to 12 months. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you guys want to talk about, drop some super chats. You could have bought crypto. You could have bought any kind of asset. You could have bought gold. You could have bought gas. Actually, gas is down, but you could have bought gas. You define market manipulation since you're the one saying market manipulation, market manipulation. Calling the president of the United States market manipulation is not accurate. I already told you why. The president controls foreign policy and economic policies. If you guys want me to define it, I'll read it off Google and tell you exactly what it says and explain it to you why it's not market manipulation. If it's market manipulation, then all the politicians control the stock market. You want me to read it off Google, huh? Google. Someone drop me. One of you guys down below, you copy the definition of market manipulation. Kathleen, can you tell us the definition? Market manipulation refers to intentional actions that artificially affect the supply or demand of a security, aiming to influence its price for personal gain. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. I'll pin that comment because Trump did not do this for personal gain. Trump does not own any stocks. He hasn't purchased. If he does own any stocks, he hasn't purchased any stocks during his presidency. I will give you this. President Trump has a novelty cryptocurrency. Yes, he does that. He has a novelty cryptocurrency. He says if you support him, buy his cryptocurrency. Yada, yada, yada. But he doesn't say it's going to 20x your money. It's a novelty. He doesn't tell you it's a real investment. You're going to get rich overnight. Buy Trump coin. No, he doesn't say that because it's novelty bullshit. This definition is 100% accurate. Listen, that guy that was dropping those super chats, Trump's investments are public. The majority of his net worth is actually now in crypto. I restated my statement. Trump has not purchased any stock since his presidency. 0 stocks has he purchased. He owns his own stock, yeah. Trump owns his own, he has his own stock, yeah. Buddy, nope. Can you read this? Aiming to influence its price for personal gain. Forbes, everyone else has all the information about his net worth. Nowhere has it said that Trump made $300 million off buying the dip in the stock market. That's not on any CNN articles. That's not on any Fox articles. That's not on MSNBC. There's no articles out there saying that Trump bought at the bottom of the market and sold at the top of the market. There's no articles out there saying that. There's no articles out there, guys, saying that. So for personal gain is incorrect. The definition says market manipulation refers to intentional actions that artificially affect the supply or demand of a security, aiming to influence its price for personal gain. No personal gain was made. And artificially is not a good word to use. Artificially means fake, basically, not real. It is real because we have these tariffs going on. And the goal of the tariffs was nothing to do with the stock market. I mean, yeah, sure, it was for long-term growth in American companies. That's the only thing it had to do with the stock market. It wasn't about manipulating the stock market. There's other ways the president could have crashed the stock market a lot lower than he did. And if he really wanted to lower the stock market, he could have made it even lower and then purchased them. That's not what it was about. That's not what it was about. Literally, the definition in multiple ways does not fit market manipulation. Apparently, you don't know. Biden is not sharp as a tack. Yeah, insider trading. I proved you wrong, Lope Nope. Tell me how it fits the definition of market manipulation. What stocks did President Trump purchase for personal gain when the market crashed? Please educate us. Tell us what stocks President Trump purchased for personal gain after he announced the tariffs. Please let me know. I'm waiting. Yeah, Nancy does actual market manipulation and insider trading, but Trump does not. I'm still waiting. Can anyone tell me what stock Trump purchased for personal gain, for market manipulation? What stock did Trump purchase when the tariffs came on and the stock market dropped? I'm waiting. Can you tell me? Okay, you're embarrassing yourself, brother. You don't even know one single stock Trump purchased. Not even one single stock did Trump purchase for personal gain during that crash. Go ahead, name one. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. He did not. Exactly. It doesn't fit the definition of market manipulation. This guy didn't even know anything about market manipulation. That's why he's asking me about it. They can't answer. That's right. Crypto, he already owned crypto. He didn't purchase any more crypto. Spammers will be removed. Simple as that. Lots of new jobs coming into the United States of America. And I don't know why the Democrats want to act like we're losing, but we're winning. These numbers say differently. This guy is just very upset. He did not buy the stock market when President Trump was giving him some great advice. Trump didn't buy it himself for personal gain. He did not purchase it himself for personal gain. You can't name a single stock he purchased for personal gain. You cannot name a single stock he purchased for personal gain. I'm still waiting. Can you tell me? You've embarrassed yourself for 5 minutes straight. You have not answered my question. What do you want, XO? I don't know you. What is it? If you keep spamming my name, I'm going to remove you. This is your time. You got my attention. What is it? All right, you're getting removed. You're annoying. Congratulations on your first stock purchase. I hope it goes up. He never told anyone to buy his stock. He just tweeted his cryptocurrency, and he hasn't tweeted about it since he became president. You don't even know the difference between a cryptocurrency and a stock. That shows your financial wisdom right there. Jobs in the stock market. The market indicates the health of companies. And guess who hires people? Companies. And guess what happened when there was an actual recession and people were losing their jobs in 2008? The entire market went down. Saying the market doesn't dictate the health of the economy is stupid. What happened in 2020 and 2021 when they closed down the whole entire economy? What happened then when President Joe had you guys sitting inside for years The entire market went down. People lost their jobs. The entire stock market and job went down. The stock market is a direct indicator of the health of these companies. And these companies are who hire people. Just in case you didn't know, like, economics, that simple. The market went down 1%. We're up almost 7% in the last 6 months still. We can talk about other things. I agree with you. We already won this conversation. We won pretty easily. Trump didn't purchase any stocks for personal gain, brother. You couldn't even tell me because there was none. And you know that's the God-given truth. Nope. That's why you couldn't name one single stock. You couldn't name it because it wasn't true. The market manipulation you claimed did not fit the definition. Maybe the Democrats' definition of market manipulation because they're mad. Instead of purchasing stocks, they cried. Literally, the president of the United States told you guys, buy stocks. And instead of buying them, you cried and made no money. So, and then called it market manipulation, which is absolutely hilarious. Let's pull up something else. Let's pull up some other articles we got on here. We got some good articles on here. If you guys have any other questions, comments, President Trump supports no tax for people making under $200,000 a year. Why would Democrats not like Mr. Trump over this? I don't understand. But this is just one of the many policies he's discussed and hasn't actually done anything towards. But I hope Mr. Trump actually does do this. Telling to people to invest in American business does not fit the definition on Google or any other places for market manipulation. Telling the American people to buy stock is not for personal gain. Do you want me to read you the definition of market manipulation again? It refers to the intentional actions that artificially affect the supply or demand of a security. First off, this wasn't even a specific security. This was the entire market. So right there, it doesn't fit the definition. Secondly, it's not artificially doing anything with the supply or demand. Third off, aiming to influence its price for personal gain. Trump has made no personal gains off this market manipulation. Zero. You can't even tell me what personal gains or what stocks he invested when the market dipped. You can't tell me none because he invested in no companies when the stock market dipped. None. He owns companies. He doesn't invest in the market. He owns the market. He owns his companies in the market. Here's something you might like, guys. Good morning, Patriot Dad. Voters abandon Democrats. Support hits lowest level in more than 3 decades. In more than 3 decades, the Democrat Party hasn't seen this level of lows. That's sad, my guy. I don't think Harris should run in 2028. She will get destroyed. She lost by 7 swing states and millions of votes. Please, Harris, do not run in 2028. I don't want to see you get embarrassed again, but I think you're a little bit embarrassed already. You want to talk about Pelosi? Sure, we can talk about Pelosi. No one's leaving the conservative side. We aren't the ones that has the lowest level of support in more than 3 decades. That's the Democrat Party. That's your party. I don't see any amount of dislikes. I just see the likes. Even dislikes, they help the stream, guys. It doesn't matter. Hit that dislike button if you want. It really helps. Double tap and subscribe. Pelosi should be locked up. I agree. Did anyone hear about that new bill? Let's look up for some more articles. I'm looking for some good articles to pull up. If you guys have any more questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, drop some super chats. We'll discuss. Trump calls for Pelosi to be investigated for insider trading. This is what the Democrats don't want you to talk about. Their precious Nancy. They don't want you to talk about their precious Nancy. Even though they hate stock traders, they don't want you to talk about Democrat, lovely, beautiful Nancy. Don't talk about her. Some of them do want her arrested, but a lot of Democrats, believe it or not, actually do defend her. Mandami hasn't actually won the election. He's just leading. Nancy needs to be locked up. It's definitely normal for a $174,000 salary having a $261 million net worth. That's definitely normal. Definitely normal. 100% normal. Of course that's normal. It's people versus the companies. A lot of company owners aren't broke. And a lot of company owners aren't rich. So why would it be people versus the companies? That makes no sense. That's disgusting thought process. We need companies to employ people. And if you think we need to eat the rich or eat the company, you're just coping for how unsuccessful you are. Some company owners aren't rich. You ever heard of mom and pop companies? You ever heard of small business owners? I guess not. Guess you never heard of it before. A lot of you have less money than you have sense, which is also horrible because you have no sense. Sicken me, disgust me. I love Democrat tears in the morning. Billionaires are only getting richer. Where? Not even sure who the hell that is, but obviously you don't even know what market manipulation is. Obviously you don't even know what market manipulation is. You just think because the stock market went down and Trump told you to buy in, that's market manipulation. That does not fit the definition. All presidents control the stock market. All presidents said to invest in the market. They control the economic policies and the foreign policies and the tariffs. If tariffs are so bad, why didn't President Joe Biden remove any of Trump's tariffs that he put in his first term? Please tell me that. Why didn't President Biden remove any of Trump's tariffs? Biden added tariffs. Why did Biden add tariffs? Why did Biden add tariffs if they're so bad for the economy? And you love Biden. Please tell me, can you explain? Why didn't Biden remove any of Trump's tariffs from his first term? No, he did not. Biden put more tariffs on China. Anthony, you don't even know anything. You're probably not even old enough to vote. No one hates small businesses. No, he didn't, guys. Do you want me to fact check you? Do you want me to look it up on Google right now and fact check you? If you want me to fact check you, drop a super chat. Because if I have to Google it, I should be getting at least a super chat. Nope. Do you want to see me show you where Biden did not remove any of Trump's tariffs? Would you like to see that? Nope. I think Biden did market manipulation when he made all you guys stay in your houses and all the business to stay closed. That was market manipulation, Biden. You forced businesses to close down permanently, a lot of them. That was market manipulation. You closed so many businesses, Joe Biden, so many. Biden was the one that kept the market closed and the economy closed when Trump handed over the presidency. No one was dying in the streets. We could have just walked right outside and went back to those same restaurants. But no, President Joe Biden insisted, "Oh, we gotta keep these business closed. People are dying in the streets of sicknesses. People are dying in the streets from sicknesses." No, they weren't. While you stayed inside, I traveled around the country and saw no one died in the streets. No one. No one died in the streets. They were telling you to stay inside, crying their eyes out. Yes, Trump was president when the lockdown started, but he's not the one that kept the country closed basically for 2 years. After 2 or 3 months, after 6 months maximum, Biden should have said, "All right, we're opening up the economy again." But no, Biden had to keep it closed because it was too dangerous. Too dangerous, eh? They shouldn't have to wear masks. And no, I don't remember that. Masks are authoritarian and they're fascist. And they also don't do anything. The Democrats are still wearing masks. They're driving around in their cars with no one else in the car with the mask on. I live in the real reality, not the figment of imagination of news reality you live in. You live in MSNBC. I live in the real reality. You're probably still driving around with a mask in your car. You probably were one of those people wearing a mask in your car. Never in my life, not even during the first week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks of the virus, did I wear a mask in my car. This isn't health advice. I'm just telling you, do whatever you want, but why would you wear a mask in your car when there's no one else in there but you? How many brain cells does your party have? Seriously. Seriously. Why was your party driving around? That's one of the reasons I'd probably never be part of the Democrat Party. I saw these Democrats driving around in their car with a mask on like this. "Hey guys, driving my car. No one's in my car. We're just driving down the road." You're literally losing brain cells, suffocating yourself. Like, what sense does it make to wear a mask in their car with nobody? It doesn't make me tough. It makes me a free thinker. Who the fuck was wearing a mask in their car? I guarantee you this Lope guy was wearing a mask driving down the street. I guarantee it. He was wearing a mask driving down the street. Nope. Were you driving down the street with a mask on? I'm positive of it. Tell me right now, were you driving down the street with a mask on? Please confirm or deny it. Because I don't care if you have a Harvard degree. If you were driving down the street with a mask on with no one in your car, you have absolutely no brain cells. There is no arguing this. There is nothing to say. I guarantee you were one of them. I can tell. You were driving down the street like, hey dude, I'm on my way home. I got my mask on. I'm in the car. It's just me, but I'm on my way home. You definitely lost brain cells. Like, why would you wear a mask in your car with no one there? I flew on planes all around the country. I did not wear a mask. I put my hoodie over me like this. I would put on the mask for 2 seconds, jump in my seat, and the plane, I would take it off, and I would put my hoodie over my face so no one can harass me. I'm not one of those people that doing whatever they say. Oh, wear your mask. Get your 20 jabs. You'll be all right. Get your jabs. It prevents the virus. Get your jabs, guys. It definitely prevents you from getting the virus. 100%. It's confirmed science, guys. You don't want to be anti-science. You don't want to be anti-science, guys. Get your jabs. They said it was 100%. They said it was 100. They said it was 98%, 100%. They said it was impossible to get the virus if you got that. Impossible. They lied. They blatantly lied to you. They said it was impossible to get sick if you got the jab. The economy is doing great, and you don't know how the stock market works, so I win. Please, Nope, tell us, what stocks do you own? How many stocks do you own? How long have you been investing for? Since you're a professional economist. Are you a Wall Street trader? Do you work for BlackRock? Are you a hedge fund manager? What do you do? Please educate us. Since you're so financially educated, please educate us, brother. And you're still not answering any questions that I've been talking about. Guys, everyone out there, go get your medications that the doctor recommends you. At the end of the day, he doesn't want to admit that he bowed down to the government and did everything they asked him to do. Listen, I like President Trump, but I do not trust the government that much. I just know Trump was the better man than Harris. It's that simple. But if you believe and trust everything the government tells you to do, then maybe you're not a free thinker. If you guys got any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, let me know. I was in Las Vegas during the pandemic. I was eating burgers at In-N-Out. This fat, overweight loser came up to me screaming, "Put your mask on! Put your mask on! Put your mask on!" I just stuck up my middle finger. I said, "Sir, my food is coming." Then he said, "You can put your mask on until your food comes." I said, "No, what kind of fucking logic is that? You got any brain cells?" He said, "Put on your mask." I said, "No, sir, I will not be doing that. I will not be doing that." And then my food came 2 seconds later and I didn't put my mask on and I ate my fucking cheeseburger. Hit that like, subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Let me know how you listened to the government and did everything they said. You were driving down the street with your masks on. I love it. I already talked about Epstein and his brother. Epstein's brother is acting awful suspicious, trying to throw all the blame on all these politicians. Why doesn't he talk about why he was such good friends with his best brother, Epstein? Why does he say, oh, he was with Trump and Epstein, but, I wasn't doing anything, even though I was hanging out with Trump and Epstein all the time, and I hung out with Epstein more than Trump did. I'm not a criminal. Please don't look into me. Okay, Mark Epstein, we get it. You're a secret scumbag. If anyone is guilty of any PDF activity, I don't care who it is, put them in the wood chipper. Put them in the wood chipper. You know who else was best buddies with Epstein? Epstein's brother. And you know who else hasn't been charged with any crimes? Epstein's brother. Mark Epstein. That letter was never seen, Stephen Lim. That was Wall Street Journal, and they're getting sued because they don't have evidence to show. If they had that letter, they would have released it a long time ago to defame Trump. There's no birthday card. They had a fucking birthday card, they would be all over the news showing the damn thing. 700 NVIDIA shares, 1,300 Apple shares, 27 ONDs, 370 Robinhood, 570 Bet. What do you want to talk about the stock market? If you want to talk about the stock market, join my Discord. I'd love to have you on. We can talk just about the stock market, the entire episode. They are getting sued. Do you not listen to the news? It's your favorite thing to watch all day. The mainstream media. Guys, take all professional medical advice. If your doctor says get those jobs, get those jobs. Am I right, guys? Am I right? I guess we won this conversation because old buddy Nope doesn't want to talk about the virus. Because he knows exactly what he did. He wore his mask all the way down the street driving his car, and he doesn't want to talk about it because he knows he did it. That's why he didn't want to mention it. He wanted to stick to the subject of the stock market because he knows he drove down the street wearing a mask with no one in his car. He knows he did it. Who says I watched Fox? Any more questions, comments, topics? Drop some super chats for any questions, comments. You can join my Discord if you want to be on the channel. If not, we're probably going to wrap up here in 2 or 3 minutes. Probably 2 or 3 minutes, unless you guys have something else to say. If you don't like my stream, Mark, you don't have to watch it. However, if you want to watch me talk about more Epstein stuff, I have countless videos on Epstein. He says he wants to release those files. He's going to figure it out. Hello, hello, hello. We're about to end the stream. But this guy was saying market manipulation, and then when Aaron actually drops the definition of market manipulation, and I explain how Trump telling you to buy the stock market when it dipped 30% was not market manipulation, he just cries. And then when I tell this guy that he put on his mask and drove down the street all during the early 2020s, he does not deny it. He just, drops super chats and brings the conversation back. Oh, the market. You don't know anything about the market. Then when I ask him if he has a degree in finance or if he works for BlackRock or a hedge fund, ask him how he's educated, bro just leaves the stream, doesn't even respond. What an embarrassment. Nope, if you're still in here, you're an embarrassment. You don't know about finance. You don't have any degrees in finance. You don't own any stocks. You've never been involved with finance. All you're doing is repeating talking points from your favorite news companies. But anyway, that's it for right now, guys. Unless anyone has, any super chats or questions or anything they want to talk about. I think I embarrassed that dude enough. He left. He ran away. He left because I embarrassed him. He didn't leave when I wanted him to. He left because I straight up embarrassed him. Not only does he not own any stocks or have ever had any type of investments, he also is not, a credible source of information for talking about the economy or the stock market. Since he's never owned any stocks, he doesn't have a degree in finance, he's never worked for a financial company, he's not a hedge fund manager, he doesn't know shit. Anyway, guys, that's it for right now. We'll be going back live in a couple hours. So hit that notification bell. Peace out, everyone. And I hope you subscribe. Bye-bye.